Amid the crackdown on protest in California following the illegal ICE raids, the Trump administration has called in both the National Guard and active duty Marines. So there's over 4,000 now National Guardsmen that are going to California, and about 700 active duty Marines. They can't do anything, not until Trump actually invokes the Insurrection Act. Okay. But now they're going there anyway, even though they can't do anything. They can't actually be part of law enforcement actions because it would be against posse comitatus. But anyway, that is much to the cheers of MAGA chuds. You see, they want the violence. They're itching for the state-sanctioned violence against what they view as the left. Okay? Now, one of those who happens to be super thrilled to be a part of this whole thing is Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, puppy killer herself, who on Sunday endorsed Donald Trump's use of troops in Los Angeles and claimed that the deployment was necessary because of the bad decisions by California Governor Gavin Newsom. She said if Newsom was doing his job, our ICE agents would not be injured and attacked while doing their jobs, carrying out immigration enforcement, which, by the way, illegal immigration enforcement. They're not doing due process. They're using the wrong kind of warrants, administrative warrants, not judicial warrants, to deport people after kidnapping them. Okay? And these people are either here legally and in some cases have even been American citizens. They're just grabbing anyone who looks Hispanic off the street. Okay? That's what they're doing. She added this. Under the leadership of POTUS, Trump, we will put the safety of American citizens first, not these criminal, illegal aliens that sanctuary city politicians are defending. Again, so few of those being arrested and deported are actually criminals. Okay? Being here without documentation at most is a civil infraction, a misdemeanor. While ICE is out there snatching people up at work, birthday parties, or they're waiting outside of immigration courtrooms. They're sending 4-year-olds with cancer out of the country. That's who they're arresting and deporting. 4-year-olds, not criminal gang members, but children. Okay? Did you vote for this? And if you did, well, you're a monster. Simple as that. I mean, again, if you support this, then at least own it. Because I don't want to hear your bullshit excuses. I don't really care. I'm not one of those members of the tolerant left you keep hearing about. I'm very intolerant of Nazis. Just saying. Getting back to one, Noem added this. That's one of the reasons why these National Guard soldiers are being federalized. So they can use their special skill set to keep peace. Special skill set, huh? What special skill set is that, huh? Does that include shooting reporters with rubber bullets? Or arresting them for actually reporting on what's going on the ground? So doing plenty of that. Special skill set. Now, people on social media responded to, well, Kristi Noem's sudden embrace of violating states' rights by pointing out that not too long ago, she happened to have been against that whole thing. Huh. Here's what she said to Sean Hannity.
Recognizing the real threat that was to states' rights and how that would be the first time in history a president would pay a soldier to not fight, to not protect our country, made me show up in Texas the next day to let Governor Abbott know I'm here. South Dakota is with you. We will defend our Constitution. We will defend our rights because the last several years we've seen the Democrats take away our freedom of religion, our freedom of assembly, our freedom of speech. We can't let them take away our states' rights, too, especially our right to protect ourselves.
Literally none of those things happened. Okay? None of those things happened under President Joe Biden. But it doesn't matter. She lies. Easily. Very easily. But here, I want to give you the responses here. For one, Governor Gavin Newsom. He just said, reposting this clip, this aged well. Yeah. Like milk. All right? On a hot day. Other people weighed in. Jay Williams said, turns out the lady that kills puppy is also a hypocrite on states' rights. States' rights? What about states' rights? I hate states' rights. Send in the military. That's what she's doing. Sam Short says, in the coming days, Noem will say exactly the complete opposite of everything she said in this tweet about Joe Biden because they're in a cult. No, well, they're also just because of they're authoritarians. That's what they are. Dennis Consort says, yep, only a tyrant would federalize the National Guard against the request of a sitting elected state governor. Every accusation is a confession. Jeff Bishop points out, she wasn't wrong. If Biden had done that, what Trump is doing now, that would have indeed been a direct attack on states' rights. Yeah. Which, by the way, is one of the reasons Joe Biden didn't do it. But here's the thing, okay? No amount of hypocrisy in the world is going to be enough to dissuade these people. They do not care. The only reason to bring this up is to remind people who keep putting these people into power that, hey, your decisions allowed this to happen. Look, I don't know. I have this weird assumption, and maybe I'm wrong, okay, that so many of the general voting public have no idea what's going on. They don't pay attention. They live in the bubbles, and they have no idea. And look, there are good reasons, by the way. Number one, information overload. There's just too much out there. There's too much out there. You also have the struggle of barely being able to make the bills. So you're more worried about that, putting food on the table, getting the bills paid, than what's going on in the news cycle. I get it. The fact that social media is just a complete and utter wasteland. I think a lot of that stuff, and there are other factors probably as well, that are just making most of us just want to check out mentally. All right. Maybe this is just me doing some cope. Okay. Some cope on my part. I just don't want to believe that so many people are complete and utter shit. I just don't. So, I don't know. Maybe that's me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong and most people are shit. I don't know. I hope not. I'm hoping that enough people see the reality of who people like Kristi Noem are and turn against her and the people like her. Again, maybe it's just cope, but maybe it isn't. I just know that at the end of the day, I want to live in a world and I want to believe that people are better than this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.